people in the bedroom think, oh, because of that, we can't even attempt it. Like, oh, I gag on just putting a spoon in my mouth. Like, that's not going to work. Well, there are tools and things out there that can actually help. There's one thing if you're like, I just don't like it.
You're listening to Spicy Bananas podcast, where the convos are juicy, the truths are naked, and we don't just go there, we live there. Alrighty. We're your hosts, two mates who've sold vibrators, seen behind the curtains, and now unpack all the spicy stuff people whisper about in therapy. Well, not just therapy, but some wine or two over dinner. And today we're talking about the hottest taboo of all, which is money. Oh, well, today's guest is a bold, brilliant, and gloriously unfiltered Jen Perez, aka the Spicy CEO. I love that. She's a profit strategist, speaker, and author of 69 Ways Money is Like Sex. Wink, wink. She helps CEOs stop chasing pennies and start proving themselves like real bosses. If you've ever felt guilty about wanting more, cash freedom, or just a damn break, this one's for you guys. All right. Well, welcome, Jen. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Of course, I love the spicy bananas.
Yeah, we're loving the spicy thing.
Yeah. Right.
Spicy CEO. Thank you. Well, we'll kick straight into the questions. What do you reckon? Well, what inspired the title 69 Ways Money is Like Sex? And be honest, was it spreadsheets or spicy thoughts?
Combination. So a background is mostly in accounting, but as you can tell, I am not your stereotypical accountant. I am an outgoing personality, and I, back in college, got a degree in sociology with a minor in human sexuality because I wanted to be a sexologist.
Wow.
I never went that route, but it's always been like an interest of mine, like sexual health. All of that is just so interesting to me. So I'm like, how can I marry the two without it being weird or attracting the wrong kind of person, right? And it all started because of a colleague of mine. I asked her to give me some constructive feedback. Like, why am I not where I should be? Why? And she said, Jen, it's like seeing a gynecologist for the first time. I'm like, okay. And she said, well, it's all the emotions, right? You go, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what you don't know. They're going to see what's behind closed doors. There might be judgment there. Like, what are they going to see? Right? So it's the same thing with money. And I was like, oh. And so I used that in some networking that I did. Everybody's phones went up, phones went down, heads went up, and I had the whole room. And I thought, okay, I'm on to something. So that's kind of what kicked it off. And then I've been trying to write a book for years, but I just felt like every other money book is what it was. Like there was nothing different. And money and sex are both taboo topics that people don't always feel comfortable talking about. They probably were not taught how to do either of them well. And it's something, I'm not saying go shout out to the world how much money you made and how many orgasms you had last night, but you do need to talk. You need to talk with your partner. You talk with your, your friends, your consultants, etc. So you need to have that support and that team to help you with those.
Yeah, well, very clever. I love that. What's the first money memory that made you realize, oh, damn, I've got some unsexy habits to clean up?
So back in 2013, I had personally filed bankruptcy because I was never taught about money. In fact, sex was more of an open topic than money at the table growing up. So, I think it was middle school, maybe freshman year of high school is when I learned about 69 because my mom taught me. But yet I didn't know how money worked. So, and it was educational. She did it in a safe manner and everything. But it's just, that was the world I grew up in. So for me, it comes naturally that way. But because nobody taught me about money and I saw the habits my parents had, I took on those too. And so when I did file bankruptcy, I thought, you know what, I am not going through this again, and how it affected my credit, my life. And I just was super embarrassed because of my accounting background, especially like I filed bankruptcy. And so for a few years, I didn't tell anybody. I was embarrassed about it. But that was probably the biggest turning point that led me to want to learn more. Okay, let's learn about money. Let's figure out how this works. And then when I started my business, how does it work in business? And I'm always just trying to level up my knowledge in money in general, and how I can take that and help other people too.
Yeah. And it also will help you buy more adult products down the track too when you got a bit more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You talk about shame and money a lot. Why do we treat money like it's a dirty little secret?
Because depending on what you were taught, for example, you might think the word debt is a bad word.
Mhm.
There are some people that think you should not be in debt. I personally believe you should be able to leverage debt. And there's a difference, there's the good and bad debt, right? There's a difference between going into debt because you can't afford something versus going into debt to invest in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I hate to say it, but you don't know what you don't know. And so it took me a big life-changing event for me to want to learn more about it because I didn't know that information.
Mm.
Yeah.
So and I'm trying to remember your original conversation where I was heading with that too. Can you repeat it? 'Cause I know
Yep.
where I was trying to go.
That's okay. It's okay. It's about money being a dirty little secret.
Yeah. So it also could be that maybe your parents didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
That, it's you don't
Yeah.
tell anything. I've met people where their parents,
Yeah.
they had their conversations and that was it. Nobody knew about it.
Yep.
Whereas our kids they know what's going on financially with our family.
Yep.
So a lot of times it's that fear of what people are going to think.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we've all been there. We've all had bad habits. We've all gone through something.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that someone was gifted. I mean, a colleague of mine said this: you can be high class broke. Meaning
Yeah.
you can be making $1 million or making $100,000 and still having the same profit in business because of how you spend the money. So
Yeah.
just because you see someone with fancy things, you don't always know what's behind closed doors either.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not the car they drive or anything because they're all debts
Right.
anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, we would think that sometimes at the adult store where, they're pulling in a whatever, I won't name any cars, and you think,
$1,000 car.
Yeah.
Like, how are they living?
yeah.
Then you've got to pay the rent or a mortgage, and it's like, holy shit. Then they pay by credit card, and you're like, ooh.
And buy the cheapest lubricant. And we're not judging, but then you get someone in like what might even come in on a push bike.
And pay cash of $1,000.
Yeah, you just can't judge people
No.
easily, can you?
No.
It depends too what their value is. So they might value something more than others. Like I don't really value the cars. Like to me, that's not my thing. So I probably will never have a super nice car no matter how much money I make.
Yeah.
So that's probably part of it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while we're on track of speaking of adult stores, I'm just going to kind of still stay on track, you know what I ask?
Yeah.
If you were a product in an adult store, what would it be? And you've obviously been shopping in an adult store, right, Jen?
Oh, yes. In fact, I actually used to sell in a network marketing company. I used to sell toys, do like the home party thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Could this still be a good one then?
Yeah. Give it to us, Jen.
It was pure romance.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yep. And I would say probably something around and everybody's got a different what it's called, but I remember in Pure Romance it was called Great Head because it's lubricant for your mouth.
Yeah.
You get that gag reflex.
Yeah.
And it still tastes okay, right? And stuff. And so sometimes people in the bedroom think, oh, because of that, we can't even attempt it. Like, oh, I gag on just putting a spoon in my mouth. Like, that's not going to work. Well, there are tools and things out there that can actually help.
Yep.
There's one thing if you're like, I just don't like doing that. But if there's things in the way that are causing it, there's other things out there that can help with it.
Yeah.
Well said.
That's it.
Well done.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Jen.
We like your work, Jen.
Yes.
All righty. So you say managing money should feel more like pleasure than punishment. What does it actually look like in business?
So when you are running a business, to be honest, we're all here to make money. But hopefully you're doing what you're passionate about, what you love doing.
Yeah.
And too many people, there's a lot of talk around what profit really means to everybody. So some people pay themselves last. What profit is what's left over. And just to clarify, in business, you have your sales minus your expenses, and what's left over is your profit.
Yeah.
As a certified profit first professional, we kind of switch that to where you have your sales minus a predetermined percentage as profit, and what's left over is what you have to run the business.
Right.
But the reason why we focus so much on the profit is because there's so much more you could do with that. It can help support the lifestyle that you desire. It can help go buy other businesses or invest in real estate, go buy an adult store, go on more vacations, whatever that is for you. And I think too many people have that. So there's a lot of people that have that fear in what that could really do, or they might even have a fear of success. So am I going to get back to the struggling if I get over my head, which is why a lot of times when people pay the lottery, they go bankrupt because they were never taught how to strategically manage the money.
Yeah.
And they just think, I've got all this money, I'm going to go spend it. And then they're back where they were, if not worse.
Yeah. That's it.
So how does financial self-respect change everything for women? And why is profit not a dirty word?
So to be transparent, I make more than my husband. And I always have. We've always known that. But I am a very driven, motivated type of person, like get her done. And that's me. And not every woman is like that. But you need to make sure that we sometimes are a nurturer just by being a woman. We're very nurturing.
Yep.
And we want to help and we want to serve and we want to give back. And that's great. But you also have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And and so money is a tool that helps that. So it's not necessarily, you could be somewhere where your husband or your spouse's income supports the family and yours is extra, or it could be you can't eat without making money and anywhere in between. But if you're not taking care of yourself, and that's emotionally, spiritually, physically, just financially, all of those aspects of life, then your business is not, you have to be there to have your business, unless your business is now 100% passive and you don't have to do anything. You're just making the money.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to, especially as women, take care of yourself, which is why I'm huge on paying yourself first, even though you want to help your client or not your client, your employee, because they're going through something. If you have the means to do so, great. But if it means you're going to pay yourself less and not be able to do something that you had planned in your life, then you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part. And with profit, I feel like I'm starting to hear this a lot more, but so many people have been revenue and sales driven. Like, I'm making more money, but now I'm starting to hear it, which I'm glad they're being more profit focused to where it's not as bad of a dirty, and it might be different where you guys are, but it's starting to where profit is not as dirty of a word, because they're now coaches I've been with and stuff too, that they're putting together plans and goals based on your profit, not your sales.
Yeah.
And yes, you got to figure out what that sales would equal.
Yeah.
But I love it when I see that, because it's starting to change in a good way.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So ladies out there, look after yourselves, and that means having orgasms daily.
There you go. You heard it first from B2.
It's your sexual health too. It's
Well,
amazing.
It's mental and
Release
physical.
those endorphins.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's going to help you to continue on with your
brain focus then.
There
Yeah,
we go.
let's get it rolling. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
So let's talk hustle. I got sidetracked with you.
Sidetrack, Sally. Not now, Kelly.
So let's talk hustle. Why do so many women burn out chasing six figures and still feel broke?
Because they probably don't learn how to leverage people, their time, and money.
Right.
So a lot of time, and I'm at fault for this, I started off as a bookkeeper wearing all the 14 different hats of running a business. But I'm not an expert in marketing, for example.
Yeah.
And yet I'm supposed to be doing the marketing. I'm supposed to be doing the sales. I'm supposed to be doing the actual bookkeeping. I was doing all of those things. So I was getting stretched so thin that actually what happened was, when I wanted to bring on this consulting piece to where I can actually help clients understand money and really focus on how they can thrive and live the lifestyle that they want, not just track the books for them, I couldn't do it. I took a sabbatical and to figure things out, because I was working so much in the business. I didn't have the connections I now do to where I could leverage other bookkeepers to come in onto my team. I didn't have the time or money back then or budget to leverage to bring somebody in-house and train them because I didn't know all of that. So I just thought I had to grow the business all by myself.
Yep.
And now I don't touch bookkeeping. I have an entire team that does all of that now. I have different people helping in the marketing aspect because that is not my specialty.
Yeah.
So when you can find what you're passionate about, what you love doing and what you're really good at, see what those other things are and who you know that you can start building that relationship with and finding. And it doesn't have to be in-house. It doesn't have to be an employee. You can contract it out to someone if you want, if it works out better. But if you're able to do that, you're able to scale better. You're able to hit that multiple 6-7 figure mark quicker.
Yeah.
And that if I knew what I knew now, I mean, you probably hear that a lot. If you knew now back then, right?
Yes.
That's the one thing that I know I would have drastically changed my business if I truly understood leverage and what that could do for me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
So can we talk about how money is emotional as fuck? So, and why is it so damn hard to separate it from our worth?
So some of it can go back to how you were brought up, but I think especially nowadays with social media, you've got people putting out there, hey, I can teach you how to make X dollars in the next 30 days. And it's like, but you're not in the same position that they are. How many followers do they have? How long have they been doing it? Right.
Yeah.
And and I've done that. And, I have shiny object syndrome. Ooh, I want that. Let me do it. And so I've been there and I get that. And sometimes that sounds so great and so nice to have, but you got to work on what works for you. And I think when it comes to money in general, it could also be that they don't have someone to talk about it. They don't know someone that they can trust, that they can have that open conversation and know they're not going to judge, know that they're not going to go tell their secrets. You have to build that relationship. So that's one of the things that I am very clear on with my clients and some friends that talk to me. Like, I don't judge, for one, because I've probably been there before, to be honest. And two, I keep it a secret, even from my husband. Like, we tell each other everything. But when it comes to things like that, he's not in the business, so he doesn't need to know about that.
Yeah.
So it's that communication part, I think, sometimes is what's hard. And you don't know. I had a client who was a photographer. We went through the program and she actually realized, oh, I'm actually making more than I thought. This is great. So it doesn't always mean that it's going to be a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And you just have to do it.
Yeah. Well, this is like a rapid fire sort of thing where you choose what feels hotter. So slow burn or quick cash?
Slow burn.
Slow burn. All right. Monthly recurring revenue or multi-orgasm launch?
So what were they again?
Monthly recurring revenue or multi-orgasm launch?
Oh, that's a hard one. I would say the multi-revenue.
Okay.
Spontaneous spending or sensual savings?
Sensual savings.
So I would, man, these are tough, guys.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Because it's like, can we do like spontaneous saving?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you want to I love spontaneity,
Yeah.
but you also want to make sure that the spending is like you can spend it too.
At a minimal.
Yeah, at a controlled
Correct.
at a controlled level. Yeah.
Well, we did that last week.
Yeah.
We maintained our spending spree at IKEA.
Yeah. Oh.
Of all places.
Yeah. And I hadn't been there. I hadn't been there for years.
We were quite disappointed. We didn't even half fill one shopping trolley between the both of us.
No.
And we walked out a little bit disappointed because money was burning a hole in our purses and we just couldn't spend it. So there we go.
We did very well.
50-50.
We're very proud of ourselves.
Yeah, I'm getting
That's good, though.
Might go back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So talking dirty in bed or talking money at brunch?
Talking dirty in bed.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. All right.
Fun.
Yeah. Woo.
Oh, here's me answering them all too.
It's not your questions.
Well,
Well. All right. So these, like, finish the sentence, Jen. Money is like sex because when it's good.
There's nothing better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have IKEA running in the back of my head now. God damn it.
Your profit margin should feel light.
I'm trying to think of something spicy too.
Yeah, me too.
It's not easy.
I would say your profit margin should feel like almost like a grand finale.
Yeah. An orgasm. No, I'm just getting excited.
You're liking the word orgasm.
Oh, just
episode.
Yeah. All
Do you
right.
need a break?
We're just going to take 5. Okay. Most entrepreneurs treat money like.
They treat money like a tool.
Okay.
That's good.
That is a good one.
And now I've got climax stuck in my head.
Where did you get? Oh, God. Sorry. We'll get there, Jen.
Oh, you're good.
Between the pair of us, God, nothing goes as planned.
It all goes south.
It all goes, yeah, very south. Okay.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
It's me again.
Hey.
What's a moment that made you go, I am never doing money that way again?
I don't know that it was a moment, but there was a time after I had filed bankruptcy where I did the whole Dave Ramsey thing of, you're paying off debt and whatnot, and he's got some great things, don't get me wrong. But I realized that being 100% debt free is not the way for everybody. And it wasn't the way for me. And so that's when I started exploring other options out there that now I know what works for me and my family, but I also know other ways so that I can help my clients depending on what their needs are.
Yeah. Right. Well, behind the scenes of the book, what was the one chapter that had you laughing, crying, or both?
I'm trying to, I don't remember which way it was. There was one that made me cry. And it was because I mentioned about 5 years, I think it was 5 years ago, I was visiting my mom with my little one. He was like, I think 1 or 2. And of course, I don't have an office there. So I'm on the couch on my laptop working, and he comes up to me, wants to play, which mommy's working, I can't play, but I just kind of ignored him. And later on, my mom pointed that out to me, and I just bawled.
Yeah.
And realized I neglected my son. And so it's now something that is very intentional in that if I'm like that, if I'm somewhere and I'm on the couch on my laptop and my kids come up to me, then I pause for 30 seconds, whatever they need, focus my attention on them, put the phone down, whatever it is, and actually look at them and give them a hug. Sometimes they just want a hug.
Yeah.
So that was something that hit home for me as a mom.
Yeah.
And there is a way on there on that.
Yeah. Which you wouldn't have realized you were doing that. You were still being a good mum. It's just, those little things like that. And until it's pulled up to you, you go, oh gosh, okay, have a look. Yeah. Just that little 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like an orgasm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anticlimax. What's one spicy business mistake that taught you everything? Spicy.
Do the due diligence of people you hire, such as coaches and consultants. Because you can pay, just to be example, I have paid hundreds, I've paid thousands, I've paid tens of thousands. I don't truly believe how much money you spend is what you get type of a thing, because sometimes I've paid not very little money and got great results,
Yeah.
but also the opposite. And it's again that quick win, right? You want to, sometimes having a quickie is nice, but in the long run, is it really going to do you justice, right? Are you really going to get what you want?
Yeah.
So that's why you want to do your due diligence, take a moment. If you need to sleep on it, sleep on it. If you're meant to do it, it'll still be there. I know a lot of times people create urgency on things and you're like, oh, I got to do it or I'm going to lose this bonus or whatever. But if you're meant to do it and you are hesitant at all, you really need to think about it and talk to that person too. Because if you learn about that, sometimes it'll keep you from making those mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Okay. Yeah, it's you again.
Okay, it's me again.
You again.
What does pleasurable success look like for you now, Jen?
I love what I do. And my book just published in June. So it's new, it's fresh, it's exciting.
Yeah.
And the fact that my husband, like even as we speak, he took the boys outside to play. So I made sure there was no noise in the house because they're 2 and 6 and can sometimes be a little rowdy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's like having that support to be able to enjoy what I love doing and having just the freedom to let him be a dad, let him focus on the kids. And I don't know, my time. I feel like it's just something that I get to control my own time. But there's days where I'm working till 9 o'clock. Don't get me wrong. I'm working all day. But then there are also times when I get to enjoy myself, enjoy my family, go on vacation, and just be me and
Breathe.
relieve stress. And exactly.
Yeah. You need that. Your head mentally needs that.
Yeah.
Your family need it too. So yeah.
I already did
My
that.
turn.
Yeah.
My turn. See, now I'm all over you. And now
No, you're not.
Well, okay. What's your advice for entrepreneurs stuck in the financial chaos?
So depending on what that looks like, first of all, you need to know what your numbers are, because until you do, you're not going to know how to get out of that chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're clear on, okay, this is what's been going on, this is where I'm at, whether it's I'm overspending or maybe we're selling a product that is never getting off the shelf or whatever that might look like, until you know what your numbers are, you can't make those decisions.
Yeah.
And so to get out of that chaos, be clear on what you've been doing, knowing also what you want to have happen, what your goals are, and then creating a game plan, but taking baby steps. Don't do something rational overnight because it's, hey, I'm going to completely change my business or I'm going to completely take this whole line out.
Absolutely.
You need to take baby steps, take it slow, A/B testing, figure it out. But you can't do any of that until you know how the results have been to date, because then you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if it sticks.
Yeah. Yeah. And if something's worked originally, you don't really change it too much.
No. No.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm sidetracked.
It's
No, I wanted to ask about the book.
Yeah. Tell us about your book, please. How long ago? When did you start writing your book?
So I started writing this book in September of 24.
Okay. This book meaning you've got more than one.
Well, I have attempted writing other books,
Mm-hmm.
and I might just get to chapter 1 or have an outline, but I never completed them.
Yeah.
Right.
And a big reason, and actually I've been told that 80% of people want to write a book and only 10% of those 80 actually publish.
Yeah.
Big part of it is, where do you start? Like, how do you do that? How do you write the book? And then how do you publish all of that information? But when I was writing, I just felt like I was repeating other books I've read.
Yeah.
Or things that all the time. So I'm like, it's not me. Like, yes, it can be a lead magnet to just get me on stages or get me on podcasts or, let clients know I'm an expert in my field. But I felt like there needed to be more.
Yeah.
And then along my journey, when I heard about how I have to be creatively different, and at that same conference on how to write a book, I was like, okay, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. And so it actually started off as 100 ways money is like sex. And then I was like, wait, why 100?
Yeah. Wink, wink.
So,
Yeah. Very smart.
69 ways.
And it grabs people, as you said, when you were on telling them about you, like speaking about what you do, and they've just all put their phones down and looked up. You've grabbed them straight from the start. So clever thinking.
We tend to have that as well, don't we? Oh, you work where?
Yeah. We're like, it doesn't matter.
So, is there any other information you'd like to let our followers know if they'd like to follow you or get in contact with you somehow, or how to find your book? Yeah.
Yeah. So my book is on Amazon. So you just type in 69 Ways Money's Like Sex. There is no other like it. So it will pull up right away.
Big red food.
Yep. And so it also I have a free gift actually as well. It's called the Spicy CEO Checklist. It's 10 profit killing habits to break before burnout.
Oh,
And
good.
so if you do own a business and that's something you'd be interested in, just go to checklist.thespicyceo.com.
Okay.
And you can download that.
We'll make sure we'll have that up on the podcast for you too. So
We will.
Yeah, definitely. Look, Jen, big thanks to you, and thanks for turning up the heat and telling us things we didn't know about you. So about the adult industry too. Very cheeky.
Yeah.
I
I might even go look at having a booth at some expos or something.
definitely.
That book has just been
That's a good idea. There was just an Amni show in California a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure of the next one, but now I'll be in this new industry, new role. I'll have a bit more same industry, new role.
Yeah.
There'll be heads up out there. Yeah, you'll be able to find it following the Amni shows and stuff. It'd be really worth your while going there too.
Yeah.
Well, the real talk, we actually need to hear about profit, pleasure, and power. We do. Thank you.
Yes. So if your business doesn't make you moan with joy, or at least pay you on time, moan. You're doing it wrong. So follow, share, and leave us a 5 spicy, cheeky stars. Then go pay yourself, babe. Woo!
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen. It's been awesome.
Yes.
Thanks for being on our podcast, Spicy Bananas.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
And we wish you all the best. It's been really great. Spicy
I
CEO.
appreciate being on here.
Keep spicy.
Yeah. Bold.
Yeah, bold.
Bold looks good on you.
Yeah. Thanks, Jen.
All right. Thanks, guys.